Okay, good morning all. Welcome back to another episode of the £700 mx5 project. We're basically going to start painting it. So I've this morning went off, I thought I couldn't really be asked to film it. I went and bought some paint and some clear lacquer using these guys, CNC Car Paints. They're a local paint shop where I am. They're amazing, great customer service, and they're just great people, to be honest. But what we've done at the moment is, all I've done is basically filled in some more of the smaller, like the marks that were in the paint. Because, you know, the paint's quite fine, it will basically show those marks. What I've done is just put a skimmer filler through them. Same on the other side of the car down here. Yeah, so we're going to do a test spray first on the fuel cap. I've taken the fuel cap out, and I basically just put a whopper primer on it, put it in front of the heater, so it's going to be nice and warm, because when you're painting you want the whatever you're painting to be warm. Then we put some paint on it, do a few coats of that, and then from that we're then going to go put some lacquer on the top of it, basically make sure it looks the same rough as the roof. Then I know I'm good to do the entire side of the car, because I don't want the back of the car to be a different colour to the roof or the front of the car or whatever, really. So that's the plan. If that actually happens, I don't know. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So I've just using it on the mat here. Basically just done a first skim of the paint. Not really a skim, I say a dusting. Basically you do that is you dust it. Basically the paint causes loads of little rivets and basically just a load of little marks in the paint. You can't see it to the naked eye, but it's basically a small little, like, so basically the paint's going like this. Basically when you put more paint on, it's got something to stick to when it's going through. So let that basically go off a bit, dry off, and then we're basically going to put another big skim through that. Basically just 2-3 coats, get it nice, and then we'll lacquer it and just make sure what it looks like, make sure it blends in with the car. But yeah, let's do that. Okay, we've done the basic paint on it. I'm wearing this mask mainly because paint is highly toxic and I don't really want to be ending up on the floor sitting there having a, well, not breathing and having someone come find me. Yeah, that's better. But here we go. We've got, that's how it is at the moment. You can see it's pretty much the same colour, which is good. Of course, this has got the shine on it because of all the lacquer on it. That doesn't have any lacquer on it yet, but we'll do in a minute. This could do with being turned around, to be honest, because you can see it's getting a bit hot on one side. You see there, getting a bit bubbling. I'll basically put another coat over the top of that. Cool it down a bit. Move it a bit further away. But yeah, I think once that's done, we'll put some lacquer on it. I've got some just on the car over there. I think once that's done, that actually look pretty good, to be honest. And what we'll end up doing, hopefully by the end of today, I will have sanded down this entire wing. And what I'll end up doing is ideally what I would have done is painted just where I've done the primer on it, on the side. But it won't look as good because I'll have to then blend it into this and into the shiny bits, and basically I'm not that good yet. So what I'll end up doing is I'll remove the brake light and basically just sand back the entire panel. Put some tape around the hard top and around the little chrome bits and down the edge there, down the bottom, and around the door, and basically just paint all that in one go, because that's probably the ideal way to do it, to be honest. Just do the entire panel. I've got enough paint. The paint is amazing. It sprays really well. It's got a wide fan on the actual spray bottle on the top. But yeah, let's give that about 10-15 minutes and then we'll put some lacquer on it. Right, we've done we basically sprayed the fuel cap. I understand it, right? It does look different, mainly because this paint's faded in the sun over the years. But it does look pretty good, to be honest. Like, you can tell it's nice and shiny. You can see it reflecting in the sun there. But well, it's pretty much the same, to be honest. So if I close the boot, pop that down there, you can see it's a bit darker in this bottom corner here, but again, that's just the paint being different. But if you look at it, it's the same colour, which is always good. You know, you can see the light reflects off it the same, which is always good. So now we're going to put that to the side, and we're just going to do the entire wing now, which I've started to sand down. What I'll end up doing is I'll take the roof off completely, well, not completely, but off enough so it's off to the side, tape up all the way around this corner, make sure that's over, tape across there, tape all the way along there, and then yeah, take the brake light out, tape all the way around. We won't sand this down like we have with this bit. We'll just use a bit of Scotch-Brite, rough that all up, and then do the same all the way around here, and then along that bottom bit there. It doesn't really matter if we go over there because I can always paint over that with the black. But that's the plan now. So yeah, we've just got that to do. So without further ado, I think we'll just jump into a bit of a time lapse. So as you can basically see here, all we're doing is we're sanding down all the bits of filler, making sure they're all nice and flush with the paintwork, basically making sure that there's no small little divots. That's what you can see here. I'm feeling it with my hand. Mainly when you're doing this, you use your less prominent hand. So of course I'm right-handed, so you use your left hand as you've got a better bit of feeling in your hand. And I'm just feeling it down, sanding it, feeling it, sanding it, feeling it, making sure it's all flush. Moving your hand around it just so you can feel any little lumps. Just make sure the paintwork's all flush, because anything that isn't done properly will show up in the paint. And just touching up here, it's a few little bits which I've sanded too much, just checking it here. Okay, we're in the process of painting. I'm going to run out of time, which is a bit annoying. Mainly my fault. But what we've done, the entire panel is now silver. So it all looks a lot better. Up here is lovely. Down here, there's a few bits I've missed, which I've realised, so I need to put another skim of filler through that. Down here, I fucked up on the lacquer, and, well, the one issue I've found is it's the lacquer. You got to use a decent lacquer, and when I'm saying decent lacquer, when I did those on the wall, I used Halford's Own. I literally used this lacquer here. This I could not recommend to anyone. This stuff, anything these products wise, Simone's or whatever it is, oh shit. Just, if you see these on a shelf, don't even bother picking them up. They're absolute crap. Halford's Own stuff, well, it's not Halford's Own, but he's got the Halford's branding on it. That stuff is a million times better. It's like £7 a bottle instead of these, which are like £4, which is probably why I fucked up. But this panel has been sitting there on the heater. The heater's been moved around so it's closer to the panel all day, and literally go to spray it straight away. It runs like absolutely no tomorrow. And that was spraying from about this far distance back, so it's quite a far distance, and it's just gone shit. So yeah, do not use this crap. If you come and clear it, walk away. I say that was down there. That was literally for a second I sprayed. Whereas if I do this this rear corner here, now that comes off so much easier. And it actually gives more of an actual shine to it. Now, it's still not amazing, but I will be returning those and getting just the normal Halfords clear lacquer because it is just so much better. Like, understandably, it does come out a bit cloudy, but then once you give it time to set in, it becomes a lot nicer and you just do a few more coats and it's lovely. So as you can see, like if I walk over to these, you can see it's got that nice shine to it, and it is a hell of a lot nicer. But now I've, well, basically fucked up this rear panel because now I've got to do it all over again. And I've got to go to work tomorrow, so it means I can't leave the car in the unit. And I've also got to go to Brands Hatch this weekend for a race weekend, which has also made all of this a lot longer. So it means next week I'm now going to have to spend more time doing this rear arch, doing that, but it's all good because then I can sell the car, hopefully. Oh well. But I'm going to leave that how it is for the meantime. The other side is not much better, to be honest. It's still needs, well, it needs a lot of stuff. I need to sort out all the bits through here. I still need to sand them back. I need more sanding discs. So, yeah, without further ado, that's going to be the end of this video. Like, subscribe, all that stuff if you can. Don't mind if you do. But yeah, apart from that, see you later. Okay. I know I just ended the video, but you'll see this footage before the end of the video. I did think I just showed you about it going a bit cloudy, which wasn't good, but once it sets in a bit, it does go shiny. Okay, what's going on there? It was getting a bit shiny, but if you look at it now, you can see the shine on there. It looks good. But then if you think about it there, understandably, this is brand new painted, and that has been sat in the sun for ages and faded. That's not too bad, to be honest. Of course, you can spend hours trying to chase that and get it looking perfect and sitting there with polish, but of course, that's new paint, that's old paint there, so... But yeah, of course, it's not perfect. Of course, you can see a bit there with the light. I think that's just from where it hasn't set in properly, where it's still a bit cloudy. But, yeah, it's getting there. I haven't put enough lacquer on there, to be honest, that's why that's like that. But of course you can see, no lacquer, no lacquer. You can see it with the torch on. Of course, yeah, just finishing that bit off. But yeah, okay. As common for me, I have forgotten to film the outro to this video. I'm literally currently in the middle of editing it now, but yeah. Oh well. So thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoy this series I'm doing so far. It's almost finished. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope you like and do all the subscribe and stuff, and hopefully see you again next time. See you later.